Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. And we begin with a new, possibly easier way to reunite lost hounds with their humans. Not all dogs are microchipped, but all have a nose. And as it turns out, Fido's noseprint is as unique and identifiable as your fingerprint. So a South Korean startup has created technology that lets owners register their pup's sniffer by taking a photo with their phone. If that dog wanders off, the finder can simply snap a picture of its schnoz, see if it matches one in the PetNow database, and get instant contact info for the owner. According to the Good News Network, the accuracy is 99%. And fear not, feline fans, wayward cats are also covered because the algorithm can ID cats by their whole face rather than just a nose. The free app works best with more animals on board, so PetNow's team needs as many people as possible to use it, and for shelters, vet clinics, and other pet businesses to spread the word. The city of Paris is pulling the plug on electric scooters. On Sunday, Parisians voted to ban rentals of the environmentally friendly ride by a landslide. More than 89% of those who cast a ballot wanted to see them gone. It's a stunning reversal. Just 5 years ago, as CBS News reports, Paris became a scooter pioneer, making them available for anyone over the age of 12 to rent. But it didn't take long for the boom to go bust, with their use and misuse angering cyclists, walkers, and drivers alike. Just last year, scooters were involved in 408 accidents. The ban takes effect in August, only affects rentals, and won't apply to other French cities. Former President Trump has had his day in court. Yesterday, in a history-making courtroom appearance, he pleaded not guilty to 34 counts related to financial matters. Afterwards, he headed straight to the airport for a flight back to Florida, breaking his silence with a campaign-like rally at his home in Mar-a-Lago. What comes next? Mr. Trump's legal team is likely to try to get the case dismissed, or at least get a change of venue. Any trial, if it happens, is reportedly months or even years away. It's been a mystery of the deep until now. A sea robot snapped a photo of a young snailfish 27,000 feet, or about 5 miles, below the surface of the northern Pacific Ocean. It is the deepest fish ever photographed. Along with that record breaker, scientists from the University of Western Australia and Tokyo University of Marine Science and Tech also physically reeled in 2 fish at a depth of 26,000 feet to set a separate record for the deepest catch. Scientists are filming in the trenches off Japan as part of a 10-year study into the deepest fish populations in the world. She's 18 and aiming to be the next CEO of Disney. Corey Borgstadt lives outside of Phoenix, Arizona, and as the Wall Street Journal reports, has attended every annual company shareholder meeting since her grandma gave her a single share of Disney stock when she was 3. Over the years, she's asked the current CEO, Bob Iger, several questions, including in 2015 when she wondered what advice he would give to a kid who wants your job someday. Mr. Iger responded, "Well, one thing you can do is keep coming to our shareholders meeting." And so she has. Corey is now a college freshman focused on economics and film at Texas Tech and honing her Disney know-how. For his part, Mr. Iger told the Journal that we couldn't be more appreciative to have investors who love Disney as much as she does. In other KidNuz notes, another milestone for the women of March Madness. Sunday's national championship drew a record-breaking average of 9.9 million viewers, making it the most viewed NCAA Division I women's college basketball game on record across all networks. And Damar Hamlin is turning his on-field heart emergency into kid-focused Capitol Hill action. The Buffalo Bills safety who collapsed and was resuscitated mid-game in January testified last week on behalf of a new bill that will get more AEDs, or automated external defibrillators, into schools, along with the training to use them. Sudden heart issues happen to 7,000 kids every year, he said, and for schools that have AEDs, a good outcome is 7 times more likely. That's it for KidNuz. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. What part of a dog is as uniquely identifiable as a human fingerprint? Its nose. Paris is banning what from city streets, effective this coming August? Scooter rentals. The deepest fish ever photographed was snapped at what depth? 27,000 feet below the surface of the Pacific Ocean, near Japan. Schools with heart-shocking equipment known as AEDs are how much more likely to have a good outcome? 7 times. In today's KidNuz Kicker, it's time to give our family pets some serious props. According to a new study in the journal PLOS ONE, kids exposed to furry friends very early in life have a lower risk of developing food allergies than those who live in homes without them. The CDC says 8% of American kids, or about 2 students in every classroom, are allergic to something in the food supply. 66,000 youngsters were tracked, and the study found that those with dogs were about 15% less likely to react to eggs, milk, and nuts, while those with cats had a lower risk of egg, wheat, and soybean allergies. The exact link remains unclear, but experts say early pet exposure may strengthen the community of microorganisms that make up our digestive systems. Before we go, we want to shout out our KidNuz teachers, starting with Mrs. DeCavallis and her Harding Hawks at Harding Elementary in Kenilworth, New Jersey. To Lucy S. Herring Elementary in Asheville, North Carolina, to say hello to Ms. Hussey and her Sea Turtles and Ms. Sargent and her Cougars. Mrs. Stramp and her Wolves at Lake Hamilton in Percy, Arkansas. Mrs. Lehman and her Eagles at Mountain View in Harrisonburg, Virginia. And Miss Cox and her Cowboys and Cowgirls at Cody Kilgore in Kilgore, Nebraska. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you back here for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.